Hi everyone, a very, very frosty good Monday morning or afternoon to you. Coming from Indianapolis, we have minus 14 temperature and about a minus 30 wind chill, and it's cold here. But everything is closed down. We're under a snow emergency, and so I'm kind of a little bit late getting my video done today, so you're going to be watching this later in the day. I have a feisty little puppy now next to me, so if you see me looking down or say something kind of crazy, that's to the puppy. So what I want to do today is show you this flower that I made out of the Tim Holtz dies that have just been released. So it's kind of a set of 3, but you don't have to buy them all, but you can, and you can make this whole good flower. Anyway, this is the jumbo tattered florals. It will fit in your big shot. It will fit in your Cuttlebug as well, because it's just a regular Biggs die. It's just a long one, and I don't know if you can see there's the large layer of the flower. There's 4 layers of flowers and 2 leaves, one larger, one smaller. And this will fit into your big shot or your Cuttlebug or your Vagabond, just like a normal Biggs die that's only this size. And so here's the second one in the trio, and this is called Garden Greens. And then the third one, which will also fit in all of these die cutting machines, is a strip die, and it's called Spring Greenery. So that's a whole bunch of different little sprigs of greenery. Now this is very thin, so you can only cut cardstock or thinner paper in here. You can't cut chipboard or grunge board or anything like that, just a single layer, because it's very, very thin. But that's the 3 dies that I used to make this flower. And I used just some different papers they were gray papers that I happen to have on hand with a little bit different pattern. I like to mix patterns. It's really cool to mix patterns when you stay like in one color family, or mix colors when you stay in one pattern family. So those are some design principles that you can use. So I stayed within the gray, but I used 3 different patterns. Okay, this one's chevron, this one's stripe. This one is kind of solid, but yet it's got some grungy. It's almost like you took some white paint and just flicked it with your toothbrush. It's kind of a spatter with a little bit of dark around the edges. So I made the flower, and I'm going to make another one. What I did was I cut the flowers out 3 times, and so then I mixed them up so that I could have all 3 of them would look differently when I finished, with different layers coming out of the different patterns. And it was pretty, it's pretty easy to do that, and so that way there's another bit of interest for your design development. So I'm going to start with this large one, and what I did, I have a chopstick, and what I like to do is take this chopstick or paintbrush or pencil, whatever you have, and just kind of roll those edges. And I like to do this. This is easier to do when it's separate rather than after you've glued down the layers. You can do more after you've glued down the layers, but for me it's easier to get it started when I don't have everything in the way. So let me get that. Okay, so I've got the edges turned under, so now I'm going to take the centers and kind of turn them up, but also sort of crease them in the center. Just giving some dimension to this 2-dimensional paper cutout. Okay, so we've got some movement there. So the next size is this one, and you can do the same thing again. Roll your edges, and you might want to roll some of them up and some of them down. Let's do it that way. Let's go up and down. The back side of this paper is just white, so you might want to find a two-sided paper so you don't have the white. But the other thing you can do, and what I did do on the first one that I made, is I took the finger daubers like this, and I used these two right there, and I used a warm gray, which is London Fog, no, a cool gray, which is London Fog, and a gray flannel, which is the warm gray in Memento inks. And I inked around the edges, all of my flower edges. And since this is paper that's white on the back, you could turn it over before you do your dimensional folding and rolling there, and also put some of that gray right here on the tips that are going to show, so you could get away from that white there. For the greenery, since it was so thin, all I did was just lay it out and just kind of use my dauber to just add some color. I didn't worry about the edges because I knew that I would tear it up. So let's fold these in a little. You can use any glue that you want. You can use glossy accents that really holds. You can use one of your adhesive markers like that. You can use Scotch liquid glue, just really whatever you feel comfortable with. You could even use a glue stick. So I put that on there, but I put it on there a little crooked, but so that's the way it's going to stay because that's permanent. Okay, so then we have this size, and sorry, there goes my phone. I'll pick that up in a little bit. And I'm going to get all of those rolled under. And I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. Kind of maybe pinch it into a little bit of a V in the center. And then I'm going to lay that in here. But since this is a little bit different, we're starting to get a little bit more in the way, I'm going to go ahead and use my liquid glue to make sure that I get this to stay down. So I'm going to push on that and work this around a little bit. Okay, and then the last piece is go back to the chevron pattern. So we're going to put that in the center. That's our fourth layer, so let's go ahead and work with this a little bit. Now this is small enough that you can use your fingers to work with it and you don't have to use something to roll it with. So I'm again going to use this glue. And then you can use anything you want to use in the center. You can use buttons, you can use pearls, you can use stickles, you can use gems. But I kind of like, I'm so sorry about the stalking. I kind of like the idea of buttons in there, and I think I'm going to use this one. Okay, so again I'm going to glue, and this is also a time when you might want to use your glossy accents. The dog is barking at the cat. I'm going to push that down and let that here. Use my chopstick to hold it in. So then we're going to come to the leaves, and I also went around them with the gray, and I'm going to kind of fold that in the middle, kind of roll the edges back a little bit, do a little bit of tattering. Just And then I'm going to put some glue right on the edge. Put too much glue on that edge. Just dab a little bit of it off. And I'm going to stick this just right behind my flower. And I'm going to get the other one, and I cut it, of course, in a different pattern, in the more solid battered pattern. And we're going to do the same thing. Put some glue there, and you can place that anywhere you want to on your flower. I'm going to put it close to my other one, right here. And then it's just a matter of having fun and sticking your greenery in among your petals and your leaves. Just put some glue on it and stick it in there. I think I'll take this small one and stick it right kind of in front of that. Kind of break up so you don't see where it goes in. And put a little more glue out here. Here's one, and you want to use different ones and use them in different places, but I kind of like to have mine all on one side. And you know, you can cut these more than once. So that you can have more. Okay. And so it's really quick and easy. It really is, and it's very attention getting. And you can use these like on a box, or you can use them on a layout. I love pink and gray, so I have a piece of pink cardstock, and I think that looks really good up against that pink. You can use, you know, more than one, then have your picture out here and maybe some sentiments there. You can also do something like this. Isn't that pretty cool? You can use your patterns. You can place these anywhere on your page that you like, and build your layout page or whatever you're making, your canvas or anything that you're making from there. You can also, I'm really excited to use this with the Tim Holtz fabric, so I'm going to do that too. So here's a piece of gray for a tone-on-tone gray, and see how pretty that is. This one has a little bit of black and white in it, so I'm going to use this one instead. So see, that's just really beautiful against there. And you can go with this again. Put your pictures on and some other embellishments. That. You know, you could even cut this down to like a border and have them all three showing, and put this on. There's lots of things you can do with this. So I hope you will think about getting these dies, because I think that you're going to absolutely adore this one. I really do. Oh, kitty. And this one is really nice for all your added greenery, because you get it all cut out at once. You don't have to cut a bunch. Maybe run this through twice and you've got a lot. And then this one is nice because you've got these two large pieces. This one, I don't know which one I like better, because they both look really good. And let me find my other one over here. Here it is. I'm so sorry. This is Animal Menagerie today. So here's the other one. So these are both pretty large. But the nice thing too is that with the strip die, is this same thing, only smaller. that one, and also this one. So you get your choice of sizes. So that's my video for today. Happy Monday. Stay warm. There's the cat again. I'm gonna have to deal with these animals, and stay safe where you are, because the weather's nasty and it's very, very cold. So don't go out unless you have to. Bye.